ELONI is pitching itself as the token layer for an AI command center, but the key claim is about utility design, not just presale attention. This matters because the article is not selling one more isolated chatbot. It is selling a workflow layer above multiple models and tying the token to credits, elite access, and advertising demand. The hard part is not naming the problem. The hard part is proving that the product changes user behavior in a lasting way. The article said credits for AI actions are bought with ELONI, while holding roughly $50 in the token unlocks a premium access tier. It framed the platform as a unified workspace across multiple major AI models and media tools. ELONI Token That is the phrase tied to the setup, and this matters because the article is not selling one more isolated chatbot. It is selling a workflow layer above multiple models and tying the token to credits, elite access, and advertising demand. Those details explain the pitch, but they do not automatically prove habit or retention. The supply model was described as fixed, with optional burn mechanics and no minting function. The economic claim is that repeated platform use should create recurring token demand through credits, while holding thresholds reduce circulating supply for users who want premium access. A utility token only deserves that label if users repeatedly need it for real actions, not just for a presale narrative. That is the core functional claim the project is asking users to believe. That affects early token buyers, but it also affects whether AI token projects can move beyond hype by tying value to real usage instead of vague future infrastructure promises. The main question is whether the product removes a real pain point or only packages a familiar idea in new language. In concept-driven launches, that difference decides whether interest compounds or disappears. The obvious unknown is adoption. The utility model can look neat on paper, yet it still needs active users, retained spending, and partner demand before the token economics mean much. For searches like ELONI Token That, the obvious unknown is adoption. The utility model can look neat on paper, yet it still needs active users, retained spending, and partner demand before the token economics mean much. A strong launch narrative can travel far before there is enough public data to judge it properly. A lot of concept-heavy crypto products sound convincing at launch because the problem statement is real. The harder part is showing that users stay, spend, and return once the first curiosity wave passes. That is where durable value is usually won or lost. Watch whether the platform shows real user activity, whether credit consumption grows, and whether the premium access model attracts holders for utility rather than only for speculation. That is the signal that separates a workable model from a clever pitch. Without that follow-through, even a well-defined idea can flatten into marketing very quickly. The broader angle is that crypto keeps trying to turn coordination problems into tokenized systems. Sometimes that works. Sometimes the token arrives before the habit does. This story is trying to prove the habit can come first or at least arrive fast enough to matter. Watch whether the platform shows real user activity, whether credit consumption grows, and whether the premium access model attracts holders for utility rather than only for speculation. The useful way to follow this story is to watch behavior, not slogans, because behavior is the only part that can validate the thesis over time.